like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Tonight, we're gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know
Hello and welcome to the winners. I don't even think this is the semifinal. We don't have enough teams for that. Welcome to the winners finals between Inferno and Beefsticks. Winner of this match will move on to the grand finals Saturday, February 7th at the exact same time. And the loser of today will go down tomorrow against Omnivoid in about 21 hours from now at 12 PST, 3 p.m. Eastern. My name is Duxon. On my left is Evad, currently deafened up. He will be the admin for the game. I gotta admit, my sleep schedule is insanely chopped and cooked and gone. So I woke up maybe 30 minutes before this. But in my defense, the day before, I woke up at like 7 a.m. I woke up at like 7 a.m. just because I had to show up to lecture. It's been on the bad side for a good majority of the past month. But at the same time, I'm big chilling, you know? It is what it is. As long as I'm showing up to class, you know? I also have a wonderful little thing of teriyaki chicken from Panda Express next to me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. And I got my entire full Denver Broncos water bottle full of, you guessed it, water. Because I like to stay hydrated. Hydration is key. Sleep, hydration, and a good diet. They all increase reaction time. So like if you want to get good at Valorant, just sleep aplenty. Eat the best food. Duxon, do you want to play Guilty as Sock after this match? I have homework. By us, I mean the whole Beefsticks. I'll do your homework for you. Light work, he says. I told them I had Calc 3 and physics to do. I'm just yapping it up about calculus in the chat. Just the smooth talk beforehand. Oh, why isn't this working? Why isn't this Spotify going? Hold on. You guys can't even hear the tiny music that I hear. Let's see. You bang bang. Hopefully that works. I mean, I would think so. Aha, there we go. See, sometimes audio just decides, yeah, I don't want to function today. I really just don't. And you know what? Whenever that happens, it is what it is. But I'm glad it doesn't happen often. Because, oh my goodness, that is annoying sometimes. What happened to G2? You need to talk to your boy. Ren is just giving me crap, man. Yeah, dude, I actually did, like, straight up. Let me show this. Let me show this. My latest TDM, bro. I stream sniped him. I stream sniped him, and then I higher fragged him in the match. All right, let's see. So far, oh, never mind. We are just live. We are just straight up live now. Here we go. Alrighty, here we are finally loading into the match. It's gonna be bind for the first map. A very biased favorite, I will say. I absolutely adore this map. You figure out who's on who. There we go. Swap up the logos before you guys see the real screen. And bam. So Beef is going to be on your left, starting up this game, and Inferno is going to be on your right, I believe. Yeah, that is going to be the case. I'm also just going to be slightly munching on teriyaki chicken during breaks, so forgive me. But hey, I feel the air. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not even. I don't just not talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I got it. I'm like that. I'm like that. Damn, already like fully locked in. We got a Raze, Fade, Jet, Sky, Brim. So the double initiator and the double duelist is going to go insanely hard on defense. I'd imagine they're not going to be playing for too much passive space, especially with that comp, right? The main thing they're going to have to take care of on defense specifically is just like maybe going aggressive for a couple areas of space, but they're going to be starting on attack, so this ideally should be their strong side, right? But now take a look at Beef Sticks. They do have a double smokes and a senti, so this is most likely going to be their strong side as well. Not like they have a shy duelist or even a bad initiator for this either. So it really might just come down to a game of let's see, full audio. It really just might come down to like who can outplay who in specific situations. Well, that's something we're just gonna have to find out as this game goes on. Let me limit my FPS so my GPU doesn't absolutely go crazy. Look at how much FPS I can get with this, dude. Look at how much. 600 in game, and I'm not even playing. My hands are also rigidly freezing cold. No, not the Spotify ad. I have to reinstall the thing. Majority of the entry is going to come over here towards this B site. Rin is posted up on this line. Does manage to find the first of the series. And so now they will slow down over here near Octagon, grabbing the orb for the Raze. Take a look at the A side of the map. It is still a 3-stack. Both smoke players don't even bother to move because that Viper wall is just posted up on that hookah and long angle. So ideally, Brimstone wouldn't even need to shift over until the spike was planted. They are going to encounter a chamber trip over in hookah. That's not going to be too much of an issue. They do have a majority of their numbers. Viper is finally deciding to rotate over. Chamber trip finally broken. And that will prompt Blind Thief to prop that wall up very quickly. We have a TP.
There.
Chad Tungus deciding to go for it and insert himself into the spot. And they know it's going to be real because they saw and broke the chamber trip on B. So they know that someone is going to guaranteed have to be in this little spot here. Trying to poke it. The idea of an entry, but Rin there again with his second kill. Swivel finds one as well. Really not going down without a fight, however. And Chad Tungus finally does come out of the teleport to finish off Afghan, and that is just slow burning defensive pistol round win for Beef Sticks. I like what they've got going so far, especially on this defense, you know, not really going too quick to rotate because they have so much passive map space, right? Two controllers is basically a sentinel in itself. So if you think about it, they got 2 sentis on the defense with the flexibility to create space on attack. Inferno do have ideally the better comp for attacking. So I maybe would have liked to see, maybe would have liked to have seen a set play for that attack side. Ooh, Blind Thief might end up finding a kick pick here. Yep, Mars goes down. Fortunately turns around maybe a bit too quickly. Doesn't hold his space for long enough. Awesome guys, just find Afghan. Chad Tungus finding one as well. Yeah, I mean, Inferno just go down because of their worst weaponry. Not much can be said, not much can be done. They do find a consolation pick. But at the end of the day, not too much of a loss. now as they go into the bye round, hopefully we're going to be seeing a bit of a stronger attack side, I would hope. I mean, especially since they do have, again, the double duelist, double initiator setup with brim smokes. I mean, brim smokes are insanely brain dead and insanely good. Like, you can get away with so much of an exec just because you have 3 smokes blocking the way. They all last 20 seconds. The only caveat being is you don't have them later. But at the same time, if you just kill everybody on the entry, it really doesn't matter. Noble Dev finding one in shower. That's going to be huge. But then again, we do see Awesome Guy with the Brim Molly, with the smoke. Not clearing out the corner, though. That's like the best spot you could possibly play. And now Shower's control fully belongs to Beefsticks. You do get the spike down. It's going to be even numbers for this retake here. Swivel with the blind of a sentry going into that little corner. First pick goes way of Inferno. Trades are coming through in favor of them, and now it's literally just Rin in a 1v3. Scratch that 1v2. Alleviates it a little bit. And at the end of the day, this is their bonus round, so the fact that they did kill 3 is not going to be too much of a loss. But obviously, Rin's going to go ahead and see what he can do to get this round even farther in his favor. Grab a Vandal, potentially take a fight. Spike ticking away. Yeah, they are just going to get away with the Vandal here. Very smart play from oh my goodness, I'm having a stroke. Very smart play from Rin, not going for too much there. And he comes away with a gun at the end of it. A to be expected round with ideally the best result other than winning it, I would say. So honestly, not too bad of a loss. And now both teams are on the board as well. Rin really having a pop-off game, dude. 4-0 after 3 rounds on the first pick, as well as his second on the round 1. So far, so good. Beef looks like they want to fight for B long space, but it's not even going to matter because all the fight from Inferno is going A main. Beefsticks are emphasizing this. Oh my goodness, I even missed it. Blind Thief finds the Raze entry into lamps. That's huge. As well as the person trying to sneak through mid-sight. I was gonna say Beefsticks are really emphasizing the shower control, but if the push through A main is gonna be this forceful, it doesn't even matter. Oh my goodness, 2v2 down to a 1v2. Swivel finding the last 2 remaining players. Wonderful job there. Now Beefsticks with 3 on the board. Do you guys like my keyboard spectating job? I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it heavy. Swivel kind of going crazy with it. Not gonna lie. Beefstick's really coming away with this defense, which I'm honestly kind of shocked at by just purely looking at the comps, but I mean, I don't expect attack to maybe have better set plays in where they want to go and such. I fully don't expect Inferno to be winning this round just because look at their buy. And I mean, look how oppressive Rin is being on these sight lines. Everywhere he goes, he just manages to find value over and over. It's just non-stop. It's wonderful at it. Skydog is not going to spot them leaving. But what it is going to do is going to clear out a lot of that space. Especially with the sightline still deep into hookah. And the Skydog, it's becoming increasingly clear that this is going to be an A late hit. But again, with how much showers control they have, Beefsticks are not going to find too much difficulty in stopping this plant. Oh, Noble Dev might find him here. Oh, shoot, man. Pop out that smoke. Wow, Blind Thief. Okay. One ways himself, steps into the smoke. Oh, no. Afghan down with low HP, and Rui takes the team. Rui, no. can't do that. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. That's the most unfortunate thing I've seen all day. I've only been awake for a couple hours, that's why. I've done it too. I've actually done that. No, I didn't do it. Oh my gosh, dude. Someone, I think some like comp player I was playing with, it was a 3v1. And then this Sova literally takes the TP with Sova ult. Both of my remaining teammates die. And by the time he burns Sova ult, it's too late, bro. It's literally just too late. Rin takes a lot of chunk damage there. Swivel manages to escape as well. So the B hit is only going to be met with 2 players, both kind of lit up and locations revealed. So the entry flood coming onto site. Swivel does manage to find the first as well as Rin. 2 site anchors making it happen. One is finally traded out, but the double retake here from Hookah as well is going to put a lot of pressure onto Inferno. Now it's literally just Noble, who snuck his way into elbow. The remainder of his team just gone. Very wonderful clear onto Blind Thief, but now in a 1v3 with 2 ults and pinched from all directions. I'm not sure it's going to matter too much. The flick isn't there. Awesome guy finds it. So shoot, Beefstick's really just fully coming away with this so far. I mean, look at our 2 B anchors as well, just absolutely having immense value everywhere they go, including on retakes. The scoreboard is just currently dominated by Beefsticks.
I've got your trail.
Taking it very fast here with the Seekers. They're gonna go ahead and try to find some locations here. As we do see Showstopper gets the initial pick backside, but traded out by Awesome Guy. Oh, Mars on top box. Wow. That's a disgusting position. Able to found Awesome Guy finally. Backside anchor taken out. Wonderful little flash dodge. Mars also finds one from late wrapping into lamps. And now it's going to be Rin, the wonderful player we've seen so far in a 1v2 situation, taking a couple pop shots at Mars. Noble Dev does have a Sky Dog ready at any given moment. It is going to find Rin. Now 10 bullets remaining and so many angles to clear. Mars with a wonderful off angle. Fully didn't expect that, honestly. I was literally just watching from Rin's POV. I didn't even realize that Mars was there. I probably wouldn't have cleared it, too. That is a pretty good position. Topping the scoreboards for Inferno. You know, making it happen. 1 round at a time. Only down 3. Timeout is available to be called. And I would highly suggest it. It's okay. I will give them more credit. We lost 2 of our premier matches on Breeze. I didn't even think to call a timeout once. So I'll give them credit. Awesome Guy finds a molly kill. So now Inferno down 2 numbers before 20 seconds have even passed. Afghan going for the plant. Awesome Guy maintaining his smoke space. Looked like Rui wanted to find some flank control, but ultimately didn't matter too much. A judge walkout is not going to find any value there. And it's a flawless from Beefsticks? Dude. These guys are just like that. I don't even know what Inferno could be doing differently. I mean, perhaps poking and prodding at the map rather than just dedicating their entire kit. Because so far it is just not working. Like, whatsoever. I mean, maybe play around with a bit of the map space. You're going to have to be insanely more conservative with the brim smokes if you are going to be doing that. Like, Beef do not have that issue. But then again, with the double duelist, double initiator, I'm thinking a fake might even be the way to go. We see a Viper's Pit over onto A short. Oh my, Mars finds one. That's going to be a giant pick. That's going to be so huge. Now Inferno have a lot more area to work with. Then again, not on the econ that they really should be. Beef sticks don't even move with their setup. Look at those two anchoring players on A. They have so much trust in their B anchors. I mean, they've proved it on the scoreboard time and time again.
I have the spike.
That they could just perform and dominate. They don't even feel the need to move around. One thing I am not a huge fan of, though, is the position of Rui, unless he goes for a TP. Awesome guy finds one into shower. Okay, wow. So now the split is no longer going to be a split. In fact, it's literally just going to be another rotate. It's going to draw the B anchors over. But now that they're hearing nothing, they do finally come back. Flash through hookah, catches nothing. That's going to be insane. It's becoming increasingly clear that it's just going to fall onto the B side. Swivel in this little corner finds 3. It's just crazy what Beef are doing with this defense. But I think it's even like, it might even be more of the fault of Inferno at this point. I genuinely don't know what they could be doing differently. I'm just in awe at the situation. Like, I am just not sure. Sorry, I had to tab out for a second. Oh boy, my game froze. All right. Well, nothing much happened. Just a bit of shower control. On Beef. Oh, they're going for the showstopper. They want this pick. Okay, Noble Dev down. And they're full gambling that this is going to be an A hit. They would be right. Because that is where the location of all 4 Inferno players are going to be at this time. Rin with the deep line on B. They know absolutely nothing is coming quite yet. That little hookah trip confirms it.
Okay.
Trying to maybe clear out whatever shower space they can possibly. In hopes that the rotates are drawn over. But at the exact same time, that is where the rotates are already. What is going to draw rotates over is that chamber trip breaking. So honestly, I like what Inferno have done. I kind of offhandedly suggested that maybe they slow down, throw a couple fakes in there. But at the exact same time, the fakes that they're throwing, the executes come too late. So while the fakes are really good on paper, it's already too late because they're reacting off of Beef Stick's defense. Like, the smoke is coming down and then they finally exec. I'm just not sure how well this is going to work out. They do have numbers advantage on the site, however. But at the exact same time, Beef Sticks are just finding everywhere to play inside of these smokes. Kalzuk manages to find one, does not find the second because Awesome Guy is just there with the shorty as the position of Rui is finally revealed. 2 found. I like what Inferno are trying to do with managing around the map a little bit better. I just wish they would commit to their rotates, and because they're just doing all this back and forth, and Beef are pacing with them very nicely. They have absolutely no struggle, you know, following the flow that Inferno are trying to set, and even matching it and getting ahead of it too. It's not much working out for them, really. Multiple TPs over onto the B site. So this is kind of what I wanted to see. That fake pressure dragging over rotates and potentially just exploding without a care in the world. They're going to draw out the chamber TP. Both side anchors down. Now it is just going to be rotates. They are just a little bit pinched, however. Orbital Strike is going to do a bit of chip damage, as well as Chad Tungus' position. Finds the spike planter, but ultimately doesn't pay attention to the right area. Is traded out. Oh, Mars finds one in the CT, so now that is huge. All they have to do now is not give a fight and just plant safe. Go play Octagon. Oh my goodness. That was insane what just happened there. That's a generationally unfortunate timing. That is crazy work. Or Blind Thief, man.
Toxins going up.
Hyperwall is put up. Plenty of fuel left as well. Could go for a stick. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Just clears out backside. It is now revealed that Fate is going to be on the left side. Both players revealed. So now it's just going to be Gunfight City for Blind Thief. The double swing there to do it. Mars with 4 on the round. What a wonderful entry from them. So now they manage 3 on the board. After a couple rounds have passed where Beefstick's really just dominating the scoreboard. I really like the direction they took that round and just, you know, faking pressure and also taking advantage of the TPs, which I think like should be done a bit more on Bind. I'm personally a bit too shy to take it because by the time I'm rotating, it's kind of like a 1v3 if they're not fully dedicated to hookah, you know, making all that noise. I do need to learn how to do that slightly better on this map. Because we can create so much pressure by just sitting in that TP. And especially if you're on an agent that has the ability to like teleport, like Yoru's really good on this map, Chamber's really good on this map, Vito now too with the double anchors is just honestly insane. I really like this setup that they have here. Awesome guy with the deep line for showers, and Chad Tungus with that little upwards box position, quite unexpected, but is going to abandon it. And now Inferno do maybe. I'm not sure if they are close enough to have that noise. One footstep revealed. Molly placed down, but it's going to be too late because 2 have already pushed up past it. Awesome guy with the pick, however, isn't cautious enough to realize that there might have been one more. There is always one more. Blind Thief with maybe a really good position here. No Dog does spot him out. So now they know for a fact that one is behind Hookah. Mars finds him. Maybe trying to overextend into CT. Gives Swivel 2 picks. And now with Seekers, positions are going to be revealed. Players in the same spot too. It's a pinch into Hookah. Saw the gun barrel. Knows for a fact one is in. This is such a sketchy situation. Oh, couldn't find it. My goodness. So Inferno have managed to find 2 rounds in a row to get themselves back into the game. Now only down 4. A lot of the momentum still in favor of Beefsticks. Now we are going to see these comps kind of swapped around in their respective effectiveness. That's a tongue twister and a half, I gotta say. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I was tabbed out once again. They are going to be able to throw some more lurk walls and such and play it for the map in such a manner that is kind of, you know, raising questions in Inferno's minds. But oh my goodness. If only I could spectate slightly better. Rin just found the 2 players aggressing through B. And now they're going to have a relatively free site. They knew Brimstone is going to be within proximity to smoke that long area. They want to look for it, maybe overextending a little bit. The exact same time, you do still have numbers. Oh my goodness, it is a manhunt for Blind Thief over at A. Does manage to find the dink, but the cheeky little shield there. Oh my goodness. All right, and now Rin does find the B player, so they know the last 2 are going to be extremely late. 1 for the trip. I don't think they do know it's both. They know it's Raze for sure. But I'm not positive that there's going to be enough time to hold the ruse for too long, especially with how little time there is left on the board. Amcat finds 2! Ultimately doesn't find the third, but that's wonderful econ damage. Rin with 4. Okay. Go off. Go off. Saw him with wonderful positioning and picks there on defense. Making it look easy on attack, too. Single-handedly stomping the Jet Sky combo through Hookah. Bit of shower pressure. Both teams really have been putting this on a lot. Oh, flashed. Oh, no. Rin taken out due to smart plays. Wonderful teamwork there from Inferno. Cat is very deeply inserted over here. Does find one backside. Rui tries to find one. Calzak with the nade. Okay. Both duelists alive for Inferno. Finds the head tap onto the planter. They know the position of the last remaining player as well. 2 satchels with Calzak's name. Awesome guy's gonna go heaven for this. Interesting. They know for a fact that one didn't TP. Oh my goodness. What a crazy position from Awesome Guy to take up. I admire that. That is wonderful. I gotta steal that. I genuinely have to steal that. I'm not sure which situations it would arise in my everyday comp games, but if I ever find myself in that situation, last position player known, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. So they opened up this half how they opened up the last half, with a 2-round in a row victory. Inferno made it a little closer this time, but ultimately it was Beefsticks again to open this one up.
Scout destroyed.
Dog to get a little bit of info on A, as well as maybe feign some presence. Noble Dev catches a bullet. Now speeding up over towards B. Tungus does have a judge in hand. Mars takes the deep hookah line. Manages to stall this split push. So now Inferno have made their way over into the teleport onto A. Line Thief knows the dangers, has to take it somewhat slow. Calzak tries to isolate a fight into short. He's not going to find it. So now it is just going to be Afghan taking the brunt force of the site take. But also take a look at Mars. Wonderful shots. Now that spike planter down, as well as another player. Rui also quite low. Takes a judge to the face. Reload is not heard. I swapped a swivel just to see if we could hear it. Oh my goodness, Mars. Insane work. Finds the player, deep hookah. Bull lurks up onto A short to find the 2 remaining players. I mean, what a wonderful heads-up play from Mars there. 4K on the round. It's been the main force for Inferno so far. The rest of the team is lagging behind a little bit, but I mean, with Mars on your side, you can build momentum and do whatever you need. Only 5 rounds down. Absolutely doable. 100% manageable. Similar play to last round. It is going to be much faster this time. Orbital strike into Hookah immediately off of the 0 info. Stalled by the C's. Wonderful util placement, but ultimately Awesome Guy and Chad are just doing work over in shower and in short. So now it is going to be Inferno on the 2v5 retake. They did burn a couple ults there, so I mean, ultimately not too bad of a round to lose, but at the same time, when they're up so close, it is just going to be a dire situation for them. Rui is just going to try and die to the spike here. Unless he could manage to find a cheeky little kill onto someone and maybe find a gun. No, it's not going to be the case. Awesome guy finds him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, they're not exiting. Kalzak is safe. Does manage to keep the Phantom coming into next round. Those are the plays I would kind of expect to see maybe from Inferno a little more, especially on their attack round with, you know, Nightfall. I don't even recall seeing a Nightfall being implemented. Not gonna lie. Like with the double duelist, double initiator, that's more of what I would have liked to see on, yeah, on their attack side, but Beef Stick's putting on a show for us. Once again, we see that opener towards B from Inferno. Full blind on Mars. Smokes do come down. Skydog does take a chunk out of Noble Dev. 30 HP to be exact. We do see Rin sneaking up over towards E. Oh my goodness, it's a dirty fight, but a one fight nonetheless. Afghan does find the lurker. He is going to find another as well. Position has been revealed, completely scanned up. Does have to exit and find some value there. Does find a third, and now that's the spike as well. Awesome guy finds one onto Kalzuk. He is in lamps. They don't have a flank either. Afghan got plenty of value. Too much of a loss.
I have the spike.
Awesome guy finds Rui in the smoke spam. Mars kills Blind Thief before they can enter the TP. Oh my goodness, that's huge. That is giant. And now he has to make so much noise coming out of hookah. Plant going down. It's gonna be Noble Dev finding the sight line. Flash comes through. Oh my goodness. Inferno staying alive. Afghan with 3, and then these 2 remaining players just making it work. The kill through the TP is insane. I genuinely wish I caught that. Holy. That's crazy work. Afghan putting on a show for us too. 3K from the position of triple. Oh snap, man. That's some good teriyaki chicken, I do say. They win a quick fight into shower. It is going to catch Blind Thief. Blind Thief is going to be blind. Absolutely zero value with the showstopper. That's one of the unfortunate things of alting without any info. Ren does find Noble. So now shower control is theirs. Exiting. Mars is the side anchor. Does manage to find one. Might end up finding 2. He does. So now it's a 3v3. Ooh, Rui exiting the smoke a bit too soon. Isolated from his teammates. Look at all the space that Blind Thief has as well. They're not fully committed to this B quite yet. Tapping the spike, trying to see which info comes out. Kalzuk does find one. But it is going to be the TP over onto B site. Or onto A side, excuse me. So the Nightfall does come out, but it is going to be... Well, I wouldn't say wasted exactly. The info was there. At the exact same time, the TP sound was also there. 1 TP, 2 TP, so now they know. Positions are being taken up to take advantage of the fact that they know the exact positioning. Molly to attempt to stall. That's 2 dogs wasted as well, so now they're going to have no info. Apart from this haunt in about 5 seconds. Chad taking pop shots from heaven. Does manage to isolate the fight onto Blind Thief over there in lamps, but ultimately Blind Thief able to connect the headshot. I mean, I'm rocking with the shower showstopper ult, but you don't have info for that. You have no info for that. I mean, at least dedicate yourself a Skydog to clear out the entire space. Maybe they saw Blind Thief beforehand. I don't recall the exact util. But surely you'd want to find a little more than just a couple. Oh my goodness, Afghan taken out immediately. All picks going in favor of Beef Sticks right now. Oh snap. This is not looking great. They do have Showstopper online. It is going to go down for the potential spike planter. But so is the Viper's Pit, and now Mars has to work into 3 players on top of exiting this little Brim Smoke too. That's going to... Oh, that's not going to work out. Awesome Guy is just there with it. And now they have a very good idea of where the last remaining player is, and it's going to be correct. Beef Sticks take map 1, bind 13-6. Oh my gosh, man. That's disgusting. Dude. Oh my goodness. That was just an amazing show from Beef. Look at the scoreboard right now. The only player really in the middle of it was Mars. So you've just got to be able to shake it off. Shake it off for next map, and then sorry, I'm also eating my teriyaki chicken because it's just so yummy. I've done a good job. I've done a good job so far, okay? I've done a good job. That's what I'll keep telling myself. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and take a bit of a break here. Hope you all are staying wonderfully hydrated, as well as, you know, just generally keeping a good diet, keeping a good sleep. Comet was nailing on us yesterday in the KTC training about just maintaining yourself for the game, you know. So you got to do what you got to do. We will see you guys back in 5 minutes. I'm not quite sure what the next map is, honestly. Oh, it's gonna be Haven. Perfect. It swapped just as I was saying it. All right. Catch you.
To look like this. But no matter how much you play deathmatch or aim train, do your shots end up looking like this? My name is Kompeki, and in this video I'll break down 4 reasons why your shots might be looking like that, along with the exact steps that I've personally taught to thousands of my students to help them reach Immortal and Radiant. I haven't seen other coaches explain some of these topics in detail, so make sure to watch till the end. And if you need help implementing any of these tips, my team of coaches and I can give you feedback inside our 8-week Immortal Roadmap coaching program. We're so confident in our coaching that if you don't gain 500 RR in 8 weeks, we'll give you a full refund. The first call with us is completely free, so use the link in the description to book your free call. The first reason your aim sucks is because you don't have quote-unquote calm aim. There are a ton of montages and guides that talk about calm aim, but what does it actually mean? It means 2 things. 1, you're completely stopping before shooting. And 2, you're shooting your first bullet only when your crosshair lines up with your target. If you master this technique, you'll land your shots far more consistently and you can hit clips like Shroud. Most players don't know you have way more time than you think to actually shoot someone. If you guys both pop up on the screen at the same time to each other, you guys are both going to be surprised, and the calmer player is going to win the gunfight. The reason for this is that if you start shooting too early before your crosshair is even on the target, you're going to lose your first bullet accuracy. Even if you're not perfectly aimed for a headshot, it's far better to get your first bullet to hit the body instead of whiffing because you shot too early. The body shot will tag the enemy and slow down their movement, which makes it infinitely easier to land the rest of your spray onto the target. But if you whiff your first few bullets, good luck trying to hit the rest of your RNG spray on a full speed moving target. To help you with this, incorporate this micro adjustment drill into your warm-up. Stand at this line where the tiles don't line up with the classic, and pick 2 targets at a time that you're going to flick first, micro adjust, and shoot back and forth. Don't shoot before you've micro adjusted your crosshair onto your target. To do this drill effectively, many coaches don't mention this, But the key to smoothing out your flicks and micro adjustments is tension control. When you flick your mouse, you also have to decelerate the mouse to make it stop. And if you have too much tension in your hands and use too much force when you flick, you're gonna need to use just as much tension and force to stop your mouse before you can even micro adjust. And as a result, it makes your micro adjustments feel really stiff and inconsistent. So when you're practicing this drill, imagine that you're holding an eggshell in your hand so that you don't death grip your mouse. This drill focuses on the technical side of calm aim, but you also need to be calm psychologically so that you don't panic spray. I've had students tell me they panic spray because they feel like they're getting one-tapped too quickly before they can even line up their shots. And it's probably because of the next reason that I'm about to share with you. Number 2, you peel the angle instead of pre-aiming. This is something that I've seen even peak Immortal players struggle with. Even though Karyu is a peak 2 Immortal player who hit Immortal using only a tablet, he was still rounding his crosshair around corners when peeking common angles. Peeling the angle is acceptable when taking space quickly, but it's the riskiest way to peek around angles in VALORANT. Peeling the angle puts you in a position where you have to flick to a target that pops out because you either over-peek the enemy standing still or the enemy was also peeking out. This makes you very prone to panic spraying. However, you will die far less and convert way more kills if you learn to pre-aim most common angles and even off angles. That way, you're ready to instantly shoot if you see an enemy, and you're not completely exposed in the open if you do with your shots. Let me show you how to work on this. First, practice dead zoning in the range with this drill. Stand at this part of the range and shoot just one bullet at a time as you strafe back and forth without stopping your movement. The timing of the shot is slightly after you start pressing the opposite direction key. Level 1 starts here, and the distance of your strafes will shrink in half until level 4. For levels 1 through 3, we're not moving our mouse at all, but for level 4, we will track a single point to shoot as we dead zone. Having the movement error graph on for this drill is important because you don't want to move on to the next level until 95% of your shots.
Welcome back, wonderful IRP viewers. We are back into the start of map 2, which again is going to be Haven. These Sticks took a very convincing 13-6 on Bind. Absolutely showing off their dominating force and just overall diffing Inferno. Not gonna, like, I call it like I see it. That entire scoreboard, the top 6 was Beef Sticks. The entirety of Beef Sticks. Oh, it's gonna be Pearl. I'm seeing Pearl here. I don't even know what to say anymore. I saw it swap to Ape, and now I'm seeing it swap to Pearl. Well, either way, we might even see both of those maps into the end of the series anyway. It is going to be BO5, so I'm stuck here with you for quite a while. And there's nothing you can do about it. Except maybe watch VCT. But this is insanely more exciting because I can say funny things. EG versus Loud. No. Beef Sticks versus Inferno. Yes, yes. How it goes. Let me take a gander at the current map here anyways. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. EG just won a round against Loud on Abyss. It is 7-7 on Abyss. EG won map 1. So if they do win this one, Loud is going to be completely eliminated. Gosh, it would be so cool to cast one of these games with like actual tier 1 professionals. Like, don't get me wrong, there's exciting moments here, but like people who have had 5 digits, maybe even upwards of 6 digits of just hours in FPS games, dude. Oh my goodness, it'd be so fire. Alrighty, loading into Pearl. Take a look at the agent comps. Make sure I also have the little icons in the top left and right for you. Correct? And it looks like we do. I pick out like 2 players from each team to make sure I have the right ones. Afghan is the one for Inferno, because his name is the only one in there that's like slightly normal. So is Noble Dev. There's Gavin 1 and Gavin 2 in there for some reason. And then Beef Sticks names are also relatively normal. on the left side compared to their Discord names. Not too much of a lock so far. We are going to see Rin again posted up on that chamber. I recall seeing him play Pearl. I think it was against, let me double check. I think it was Frost. I think they went against Frost on Pearl. And Rin was maybe having a slightly tough time. I don't exactly recall how it went. But I do remember he picked it up just a little bit towards the latter half of their defense. Okay, both teams are going to be sporting a Yoru here as well as an Astra and a Fade. Where the difference lies is going to be in the Sentinel role. Instead of a Jet, they're going for the Chamber. So double Senti for Beefsticks. Once again, they're really liking this double Senti setup I'm seeing. Oh my god, that was the best shot I think I've ever had. Just the sneaking into waterfall, dude. I didn't even mean to do that. Oh, and my phone is on the floor. I used it to pause the Spotify and it just flopped everywhere.
Here.
Inferno want to take it very fast over into the A main space. Chatungus inserting himself. Might be biting off more than he can chew. Clone down, clone down. We got the first pick. So now with all of that pressure made, with considerably few amount of people, it's gonna kind of shift over the defense for Beefsticks over towards A. They do realize that there's not much else happening, so they do keep their numbers relatively the same. It's going to be a 1-2-1, which honestly for Pearl, I might even consider mid as two separate lanes at this point. So it's going to be a 1-1-1-4. You do have a sneaking suspicion that they might still be A. But the sneaking suspicion is completely incorrect because take a look at where Inferno are deciding to position themselves. Very fast over into Street. Rin finds yet again the first pick of the map. That's 2 in a row, baby. He has all the value in the world. Good TP placement as well. Oh my goodness. That's insane crosshair placement. Now KJ down. Not exactly an ideal situation to be in. Really containing yourself. Or no, there's going to be a couple mid, but I sincerely doubt that they're going to expect 3 over into short. Whoa! Noble Dev managed to do damage. But Beef did close it out. Wonderful little ghost shots. Okay. I admire the taps. Rin with 3. So immediately, again, showing off the value that he brings on this chamber. Absolutely insane. I mean, B long is his paradise. He's got 2 lanes to go back and forth from that are the longest on the map. Take a deep shot in the street, take a deep shot into B long, and just have at it. Scoped weapons are his friend. That might not be the case this round, however. It is going to be a slow art walk down. Prowler's going to find position of 1. Deep line taken up by Chad Tungus over here on A main. As well as the Cypher Cam to kind of help him maintain this space as well. Whoa, both players catching each other off guard. Did go for the full swing. I'm not sure exactly what Z decided was so important to just blankly stare at. You got to keep it moving. Another blind to find a victim. Both blinds finding picks, but unfortunately his team is being traded out behind him. Seen Mars win these before. Let's see if he can manage to do it again. Fake TP. Hopefully draw up some noise. First pick onto Swivel. Chad there to trade it. Okay, so wonderful value from him. 3k of his own. Spawning off that teammate energy, you know. Making it happen. Swivel with a really good Cypher cam setup too. You find a little piece of info util, you break it, odds are you don't fully expect there to be someone right there with it. I mean, you look at players like Inspire and Rank just absolutely playing off his own KJ turret, taking advantage of the fact that the gun reset is there. Once again, we see him taking it fast and aiming. Almost found one onto Mars. Couldn't quite connect that final bullet to do the damage. Now, neither team have healing like Sky we saw last game, so he's just going to have to live with that. Pressure was put on. Z now is going to be the lone player as the remainder of Inferno do decide to pivot foot over towards mid. Oh, snap. Z does find Chad. Redemption from last round, and now A space is theirs. It's going to be a split into A off of that pick. Awesome guy does manage to seize and stall. Mars on a dangerously low amount of HP. They're taking a bit too long to come onto the site. Beef Sticks are going to be ready for it. More specifically, Rin is going to be ready for it. Manages to find 3! The collect kill into Art. Afghan does manage to get the spike down, but it's not going to be enough. Rin is on track for an ace. They might want to even give it to him. No, and Mars finds one. He might end up finding the second. Okay. Mars very close. Took all the bullets to open that round and almost managed to lay the bullets that would end the round in. Unable to convert on Beef Sticks bonus. Inferno are coming into this one with pistols yet again. Z had some wonderful space taking over into A, but ultimately it wasn't enough. Rin just on it. Oh my goodness. 2 multi-kills already. Holy moly, man. But it's just going to be a very fast take in here through Art. Yet again, very similar to last round, however. No foreplay this time, just absolutely going and ripping it. Mars does find one onto Swivel. The blind is there, though, and the blind is good. Chad Tungus does find the trade. Now with the dimensional drift, all the info is there. All 4 players. Awesome guy finds all 4 from Art. Oh my gosh, this is just a massacre. Hey yo, chill. Bro. Rin gassing his teammate up. Awesome guy, Aura farming and spawn. 4K, oh my gosh. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. On multiple levels. But it's only been 4 rounds. You know, the game is decided at 13. And now that Inferno are on a full buy here, we saw how very well they're able to execute. We'll just go ahead and have to see how well they're able to execute into this A site. Mars leading the charge. This is all going to be a ruse, however. Take a look at that Astra and Killjoy positioning over towards the bottom left of that minimap. Now Mars just left as a lone insert. We have seen Chad Tungus in favor of flashing and re-clearing. And it's almost as if what I say just comes to fruition. Fade Prowler into this chamber trip and also into Blind Thief. This is a very strong position from him as well. Posing Fade Prowlers. Oh my goodness, Swivel finds the lurk. So now Mars taken down. That's the main entry. Both entries taken down. Chad Tungus to do it. So he does have a bit of a follow-up. But ultimately, Nightfall is going to make all of them on significantly lower HP, as well as just not be able to hear the entire map. Blind Thief manages to take advantage of that and find a pick over into mid as well. Now it does look like Beef Sticks are just going to be steamrolling this defensive half, very similar to how we saw on Bind. It's going to be another save round. So Beef Sticks just really doing damage and doing it well. I mean, Inferno have no struggle to have these inserts, but at the same time, Beef Sticks are just playing it so disciplined. They're not really overextending into other areas of the map, maybe like they want to. They're letting the attackers be the attackers while maintaining a deep enough line to really have it. And we finally do see the first timeout initiated by Z. This is maybe where they decide that they're going to want to try and... Like, they have no problem inserting players, but I'm seeing a lot of the difficulties that I also saw on Bind from Inferno's attack, where they're really just shifting around and not fully committing themselves to that rotate execute. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to go for this A main space, and they get it. They get it a lot of the times. Like, they punish hyper aggression, but then they just don't fully commit themselves to another push. Like, at that point, if you're taking that long, you're just going to want to fake it again and go somewhere else. That or just have extra map space. Like, I like where the Astro is playing. I like where the Killjoy is playing down in Street. Look at that exclamation point over in Street, too. And that art one just above that little cipher. So maybe they're going to want to go for a mid-split here on their maybe worse econ. Like, if they just follow up Mars, just maybe slightly better. Look, they got pings over on B. They got pings over on A. So maybe they do want to end up going for more map space overall and being faster on the execs. Like, I don't think their initial stage of attack is necessarily the problem. It's just their follow-up, I think. Big Dog is going to find one over in Shops. Now really fully spread out over here. Inferno's sending a lot down mid. Not really overextending themselves into A main like we previously saw. Enjoy Nano Swarm being broken up by the connector player. Big Dog to confirm the position of one yet again. Astrasuck is going to be there. Okay, they do manage to escape. Wonderful hold from Beef Sticks over into the shops area, or not the shops area, the main area, mid, oh my goodness, mid doors, excuse me. Z does place a alarm bot. Looks like they want to go for a arch split. It's gonna happen. Z finds a spam, but Chad Tung is finding 3 and the 4th. Oh my gosh, man. Even though they find the initial pick, it's just not going to be enough with the ace on the round.
We can do this again.
This has just been done over and over and over and over again. AR is just a slaughtering ground. Oh my goodness. 3 players now on Beef. Doing all that work. Ren with the collat backside. Awesome guy with the 4K through the smoke, and then now Chad Tungus with the ace. Oh my gosh. And now with that, Dimensional Drift is pretty much online. Fairly certain he's already used it as well. Gotta be able to shake that off. Rin takes a pop shot onto Mars, and now so he's going to be incredibly low. Dimensional Drift is going to be used. Oh my goodness, Mars head a bit too exposed. Chad Tungus finds the kill? Wait, did he un-ult or something? I thought surely there was more time on that Dimensional Drift to find more info and let your team follow up, but apparently not. Rin takes out Afghan as well. Now it's literally just going to be Noble Dev in a 1v2 currently. And if he takes too long, it's going to be a 1v... Never mind, it's going to be a 1v2 no matter what. Sees almost finds Rin. Rin goes for the back up. It's going to be a kill on a Noble Dev. Once again, a 3K, dude. Oh my goodness. It's just star player showings from Beef. They're just having the game of their lives. Taking all of that momentum from Bind and channeling it into Pearl as well. Undefeated so far.
A gift.
Inferno need to get one on the scoreboard, or else it's going to get away from them way too soon. I mean, the 7-3 is still on the table. You just have to do their best to manifest it. I'm stealing that lineup. Thank you, Noble Dev. Nightfall to catch 3. That's going to be huge, but also look at the position from Chad Tungus. Okay, he's going to go for the backup here. TP and get out while he still can. Swivel does manage to find the first onto the Yoru. Afghan very smartly abandons the spike plant to avoid the spam. But now Beefsticks are pretty much just here and ready to get everything going. Chad Tungus does find 2. But again, it's Noble Dev in a 1v3. Deja vu this time, but now he doesn't have the spike. Take a look at the econ here. It would be very smart to just back up and save and call maybe yet another timeout. I mean, at this point, you're going to have to. You called one at the start of round 6. Now it's going to be the start of round 9. Nothing's really changed. I'm not even like I'm no professional, right? I'm not one of these IRP coaches who could probably diagnose the main issue that Inferno are currently having. Right? Like, that's not going to happen. I think this is more Beefsticks are just insane and cracked at the game than anything. Because as it stands, I don't know what Inferno could be doing. I have no clue. I have zero idea. It's just the top 3 on the scoreboard right now for Beef. And for the game, too. Just absolutely manhandling everybody they see. And doing it so efficiently. I don't know what could be changed. But thankfully, it's not my job to figure that out. It's going to be Inferno's job. Very slow A opener. Info that one is top mid. Gathered. As well as the very fast lurk up. Oh my goodness. I sincerely doubt they're going to be expecting this. Awesome Guy finds the first on the Kalzuk. Mars edges the chamber trip a little bit. And the Astra Suck is there. Look at this timing by Chad. Oh my goodness. It's just Jover. It's just Jover. Oh my goodness. They don't expect that. After 8 rounds of contesting and not really overextending, that's the first time that has ever happened. And now Mars is just stuck in a 1v4. I mean, just even look at where they're placing their KJ alarm bots. Like, ooh, disgusting tap. Swivel there with the follow-up, but wonderful effort from Mars. Like, they're placing the KJ alarm bot just a bit too quick up. Like, look, they're even pinging it. They're even pinging it too. On that map is a defensive ping at the exact location of where that KJ alarm bot was.
Yes, this should do.
Like, they just know. It was around there.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Around there.
Yes, this goes here.
I mean, if they had maybe more of a conventional trip, but then again, how are you going to expect where someone's gonna walk up? I mean, at this point, it should be pattern recognition because that's been a contestation for the defensive Yoru the entire half so far.
You should run.
As well as this little position. Okay. So a bit of a change up here. Not exactly going for a full push, but going for a bit of a exec with the KJ lockdown is a very welcome addition. As well as the fact that they find their first initial pick too. So that's going to be a huge pressure relief to hopefully get their first on the board. Swivel finds Noble. Mars trades it out. Afghan down as well. Now finally, in a post-plant situation, Inferno have the numbers advantage. And with deep flowers control. And an operator to maybe go and save. They have the econ for it though. So I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't go for a save here. Position of 1 revealed. Pop shot taken onto Kalzuk. And that's going to be kind of all that they do want to go for.
on, please.
Maybe if Awesome Guy sticks this, he might end up getting it. I doubt it, though. Okay. Yeah, they will not. Oh, but they will do is catch Afghan lacking. Pinky toe stuck into the spike radius. Uh-oh. I mean, they come out with a lost round, but with 9 in a row, their econ is not struggling. That's going to do significant damage to Inferno, though, because now Afghan can't afford a gun. And with ultimates in favor of Beefsticks, 2 rounds to play around with them. They got Nightfall, they got Cosmic Divide, they got Dimensional Drift. Like, it's going to be a very difficult task for Inferno to get maybe even one more on the board. I like the adjustment that they had. They only won that round off of KJ Lockdown. He's speaking too soon as they find the first 2 picks. Okay. So Beefsticks over-aggressing into this A main space. Inferno finally adjusting properly and managing to get the picks off of it. Awesome Guy finds the spam. Might end up finding a second, and he does. 3 on the round so far. Noble Dev quick with the follow-up, taking advantage of that deafen. Rin, though, wants to sneak up. Nightfall will nick him. So now they do know that he's going to be back there, but ultimately it doesn't matter because Rin does find a pick. And now the position of Blind Thief is known as well. It's a duel of the Astras. Oh my goodness. What in the world is happening? No. No, that can't be how they lose this one. Afghan with no bullets. Oh my gosh. That is just a shame. Oh my goodness. It was right there. It was right there. Oh my gosh, man. That is just the most unfortunate thing I've seen. And it's those small things that add up too. Like, that would have been such a major pressure relief, but now it's even farther and farther away. It's slipping away. Insane work. Mars quickly activating. Why is the Blade Storm red on my screen? What is going on with that? Awesome Guy gets caught out. A little bit over-aggressing, but Blind Thief is there for the trade. Ultimately traded out himself. But off of all those kills, they do manage to have Inferno pinched over into this space. Now, the last remaining player, that is going to be the Spike as well. Z's position revealed with the Neural Theft. Beefsticks are going to feel quite confident going for the double swing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. I just have nothing to say. 11 to 1/2. So Beefsticks can really take this easily going and such. They don't have much pressure whatsoever. Especially with the fact that they have 3 players in the double-digit kill territory, while Inferno do not have any. Inferno have double-digit deaths. Like, I like to do good on both teams for the calling, but I mean, just the scoreboard talks for itself. New half, new them, however. They're gonna try and take it 1 round at a time here. Quick aggression into A main. Shovel's gonna find all that information very quickly, however. So now it is going to be pretty much free B site. Unless Afghan has something to mention, or Afghan has something to say about it. Oh, full blinded by the clone. Won't even be able to get an initial pop shot. Does manage to get Rin and Chad Tungus on a very low amount of HP. Sprints out of the smoke, goes for a lot. Noble Dev quick with the follow-up there. And Kalzuk here as well. Oh my goodness. That's exactly how you need to open up this next round. They took new half, new us seriously. And it is just going to be 1 round at a time. Did a wonderful job that time. We are going to need a couple more of those before Beef can even win 2 rounds. So it's going to be an insanely uphill battle. You know that for sure. But again, all you can do, 1 round at a time. That's all it takes. That is all it takes. Once again, a very quick A main here to get this Dimensional Drift online. Now they have a deep Outlaw sightline onto it as well. Ooh, I don't like the position of this alarm bot, but it seems that Z intentionally placed it there. I think he went for the clone, but the follow-up there was the Yoru itself, so it was just an insanely good situation. Mars finds the deep A main player as well. These sticks are really inserted into everywhere on this map. Look at shops, look at art, look at this deep B main line as well. Awesome guy might be able to find something if he goes up now. And right on cue, sneaks over into mid.
Enemy down.
Finds a kill and finds a gun. But the late lurk from Rin might come into play. This is going to be huge if he manages to find and connect more. Oh, it's not going to be enough, but he does find the info. But at the exact same time, position revealed due to that loud TP. Mars finds him. So now with no more flank, it's going to be quite an easy retake for Inferno, I believe. Awesome guy fully blinded, as well as Blind Thief. The fact that they are all kind of in the same area might come into play. No, Z finds 3. So once again, winning a round in dominating fashion with 4 remaining players alive. One round at a time. 1 round at a time. This one's going to be insanely difficult for them. Just because this is going to be their bonus round. You know, 3 Spectres versus full rifles on Pearl of all places. Long sightlines are the name of the game over here. They're going to go ahead and see if they can manage to make a scrappy little close range battle into this A main space. Mars driven off that sightline immediately from the oppressive power of the Beefstick's util. Smoke's finally coming through. Mars finds the first onto Rin, as well as Noble Death finding one as well. Finally managing to exit the smoke. Blind Thief and Swivel getting 2 of their own. Kalzuk, though, finds 2 inside of the Astra Suck, and as well manages to stay alive. So now it's Swivel in a 1v2. Does not know the position of the last 2 remaining players. Has to gamble. Oh my goodness. What in the world just happened? Kalzuk manages to spam inside of the Cypher Cage very smartly. However, reloads, reveals his own position, and then Afghan just also circling inside of it. Really gambling on the fact that he did walk into that smoke. Could have been dangerous, but it works out for them in the end. So now that is the bonus round in their favor. It's 11-4, ladies and gents. This is going to be an exciting game if they manage to keep this up. I mean, if you even take a look at their pistol round, they won it so dominatingly. Maybe not this round, however. Afghan taken down to 5 HP immediately. Godtungus getting in all that value. They knew that the KJ is going to be in connector. Flash over onto the B side. It's going to be a B split. Rin really the only one to take up this B main space. Sincerely doubt that they're going to suspect Afghan. Does manage to find the first pick after taking up a couple bullets himself, as well as the second. And Noble Death finds another sight planter, and now it's the entire B push gone immediately. Swivel into this 1v4 is only going to have to go against 2 players on this B main. Luckily for him, the other 2 are going to be late. Finds the spam onto the very low Afghan, but now as his position is finally revealed, is going to have to face a lot of hardship in order to get this. Fade Prowler. They know where he is. They just don't know exactly where he is. Noble Dev takes up a little cheeky spot into that little cubby. And now with 20 seconds remaining, does look like Swivel may just want to go and save. Does not have the time to re-clear this. Just go back. Just go back. Well, that is Noble Dev with 3. And now with their 4th round in a row. 1 round at a time. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It's getting close. I mean, it's still a significant enough gap. But anything could happen. Anything could happen. Afghan catches the full blind over there. As well as the information that it's going to be a very heavy B take from them. Astro Wall almost gets scanned out. Does want to go ahead and maintain the space, but at the exact same time against a Yoru, that's not going to work out too well in your favor. Yep, catches the full blind. Does manage to catch Awesome Guy though, so not going down without a fight. Noble Dev finds one as well, but it's ran over into main. Now the position of the last 2 remaining players are revealed behind this Astro Wall. It is going to finally go down. Blind Thief wants to go for a little pick. It's going to be not a very ideal peek. Mars finds Rin and Swivel finds the trade, so does know Swivel's relative position. Then again, does have to stick the spike. Takes a pop shot. Ooh, this is dangerous for... Oh, it's dangerous for Kalsuck. So Swivel now brings Beefsticks to match point. Really using that Astral Wall well.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
As well as getting that space into backside behind it with the Yoru. It's just so OP. Like, that combo is so good. Astral Wall, Yoru Blind, like, there's nothing they can do. They have to have their entire undivided attention on the other side of that wall. And then just the fact that the flash bounces before the wall and pops after it, you have so little time to react to it. It's just so good. Quick main take. Swivel might... He does find the pick onto Mars.
Who's next?
Which is completely off guard. Dimensional Drift now. To find space. Does catch Afghan, but is caught out by Z over into mid shops. The exact same time. Seas is not going to find Z very close, but Awesome Guy is taken out due to the overextension, and now they're going to have a Dimensional Drift of their own. Inferno with the retake here. Finds one into backside, as well as Blind Thief. Swivel, however, not exactly... Oh my goodness, was that a spam through a smoke? Hugging the position? And it's not even planted for them. They're both stuck in long, but it's not planted for them whatsoever. Swivel alleviates it a little bit by finding a kill onto Z, but at the exact same time, has to overextend himself to find the spike. So just an unideal plant spot, and Beefsticks might have had it. They did go for that long plant. Luckily for Inferno, they did not, so they are going to stay into this game right now. I will point out they do have an Astral Wall and a lockdown for themselves. 2 wonderful retake ults. So if push comes to shove, those 2 are going to come into play. What in the world is this camera angle? I clicked shift onto Afghan and it did that. Kind of rock with it. Inferno yet again taking this A main space. It's been their default so far. The Astral Wall. Oh, goodness, Z. I'm surprised you made it out of that. Incredibly shocked. But that's going to be a huge pressure relief. That's the main driving entry force taken out immediately. Now with the double hold. Oh, my goodness. That's a Sentinel down 2 in Rin. Inferno just picking Beef off one by one. And they don't even need to overextend themselves. They have such a wonderful deep A line. Afghan managed to kill the Chamber, who has been the main lurker for the most part. Oh, that's going to be a timing fairly in favor of them if this connector hole doesn't end up working out. They have all of their bases covered. I mean, even if they do manage to sneak through R, it is going to be met with Zuck over in their own spawn. Yeah, no, it's not going to be enough. Horrible situation that that Inferno put Beef into. Not much you can do whatsoever. I mean, now it's just Inferno finding all the shots. As I mentioned at the start of the half, the double digits were all in favor of Beef, and the double digit deaths were in favor of Inferno. Now look, they're evened up. Because obviously you can't subtract numbers in this game. Double digits, and a single digit bottom frag for both teams. It's happening. It's happening. Oh my goodness, Mars should have been dead to rights there. Noble Dev is the best teammate ever with that spam. So now a main pick taken immediately. Look at Swivel though. Look at how far he's inserted himself over here. Understands that Z loves to play connector. Might end up getting re-cleared by Mars. Smart of Mars to kind of play passive here. He's on a very low amount of HP. Finds the shoulder of Swivel, but Swivel with the extra double peek. And now can't peek the turret either because of how low he is. Okay, does it. Oh my goodness. Does do the wallbang smartly. So now the entire defensive positioning of Inferno is known. Awesome Guy inserts himself into this Astra smoke. Maybe getting a bit too forward for their own good. Oh, Awesome Guy is a wonderful spot to this Astra wall. Has absolutely nobody going. Oh no, he ruins it. Oh snap, man. That's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate that none of the Inferno players went through art for Awesome Guy. That is a darn shame, man. As now the retake is finally going to come through. It's going to go into this art area. Blind Thief is going to have audio on the spike, as well as maybe a pick or two. Oh, whips the clip. It's going to be stuck. It's going to be stuck. Not enough time regardless. Unfortunate for Inferno. It was going so well for them. With just those couple rounds that Beef needed to win in order to close out the map, they did make it happen. They did make it happen. Much more of an even scoreboard that we're seeing this round. Inferno were finding their footing, but unfortunately they slipped away too early. They put up a wonderful fight. I have ad block for a reason. Why is Spotify doing this to me? I'm trying to play the coolest music ever and it's just not going. So once again, it is going to be a Beef Sticks 2-0. Why'd I say once again? That hasn't happened before. But it is a BO5. It is a BO5. So, I mean, Inferno can manage to go and pop off with 3 in a row, but it's going to be an uphill battle the entire way. Don't look at my... Oh my god. He said, don't look at my econ rating. He said, don't look at my econ rating. 6-7. All right, yeah. We're going to be back in 10 minutes. We're going to be back whenever your clock says 40 next, all right? It's 4:32 for me. We're going to be back when it says 40. All right? Peace out. Peace out.
To look like this. But no matter how much you play deathmatch, in this video, I'll share with you how to climb out of each rank in Valorant, starting from Iron all the way to hitting Radiant. Now, why should you listen to me? I used to mindlessly grind for thousands of hours on competitive games like CSGO, League, and Overwatch, but I was always stuck around Silver and Gold, so I wasn't some cracked face at level 10 pub stomper that transitioned over to Valorant. To avoid being hard stuck again, I reworked my entire approach to learning games and through trial and error, I managed to hit Radiant multiple times since episode 1. I've also shared my learning lessons to help hundreds of players hit Immortal and Radiant inside my 8-week coaching program. So I know these tips will also help you. If you want personalized feedback from me and my team of Radiant coaches with BCT experience to rank up 500 RR in 8 weeks guaranteed or your money back, use the link below to book a free call with me or one of my coaches to see if you'd be a good fit. Let's begin with the Iron to Bronze players. When you're at this rank, it honestly just takes time and practice to learn the basic mechanics of the game. And these tips assume that you don't have a 30 FPS setup that's holding you back. Basics such as getting used to stopping before you shoot, making sure you're not walk peeking around angles, learning to pre-aim angles before you peek, which requires a bit of map knowledge, learning basic spray patterns of the most commonly used guns in game, getting used to micro adjustments and trigger discipline, so not shooting before your crosshair is fully on the target, and slowly developing good crosshair placement at head level. It sounds so basic, but that's really all you need to get out of bronze and hit silver. To work on these basics, I made a whole 46-minute video that will teach you how to learn every mechanic in VALORANT, which you should definitely watch. But if I were to pick the top 3 drills to focus on, it would be the micro adjustment drill, the spray control drill, and the tracking drill. The micro adjustment drill will help you with your first bullet accuracy and micro flicks. The spray control drill will help you land more of your shots, even if you can't hit as many headshots just yet. And the tracking drill will help your crosshair placement because it will help you focus on keeping the crosshair at head level while moving at all times. Notice how I didn't tell you to use aim trainers. At this level, most of the work involves learning basic gun and movement mechanics of the game. Now, once you're out of bronze, you've officially made it to the ranks that the majority of players in VALORANT are. Silver is a rank that I initially placed at, and I managed to quickly climb out of it by mainly focusing on improving my mechanics. However, picking up the basic patterns of the game will help you get out of silver and gold even faster. Players at this rank are generally familiar with the map layouts and basic callouts. They know the basics of what different agent abilities do, they kind of understand econ management, and they know the basic shooting and movement mechanics now. However, having knowledge about something doesn't mean you're actually able to apply that knowledge. Knowledge and application are two completely different things, and this is where silver to gold players struggle. The reason why application is so difficult is because, to be honest, you're still learning the 4 basic patterns that exist in the game. Mechanical patterns require you to understand concepts such as angle advantages, enemy peeking patterns, peeker's advantage, and so on to help you decide how you want to approach every gunfight. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you're holding an angle that you have an angle disadvantage in, the enemy will kill you before you can even see them on your screen. So you wouldn't want to take a gunfight in that angle standing stationary. So to improve this aspect of the game, you need to learn the different types of peeks that exist in the game and how to apply them, as well as the concept of angle advantage and how to use it to your advantage to take favorable gunfights. All the details of that can also be found in my longer mechanics guide. The second pattern that exists in the game is economy patterns. It requires you to understand what good econ and ult point management looks like to help you decide when to buy or save, and how you might want to play the round depending on the weapons and ultimates that you and the enemy team have available. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you peek into an angle where an enemy is holding you with a Bucky, you're gonna get one pumped and die. Or if you see that an enemy KO has his ultimate available on Breeze, there's a good chance he'll use it over on the B site where the Viper or Cypher is playing. Keeping track of ultimates, guns, and paying attention to the economy will be a crucial point to focus on more at this level. The third pattern you gotta understand is positioning patterns. They require you to understand concepts such as angle isolation, optimal spacing for trades, ally and enemy rotation options and timings, basic attacking and defending side defaults, playing off of contact, map control, and so on to help you decide how to position yourself around the map. For example, no matter how good your aim or reaction time is, if you're caught out in the open and you get peeked from 2 different angles at the same time, there's a very high chance that you won't survive. Or let's say if your team has poor spacing while entering a site, there's a very good chance that your team will get picked off one by one without being able to trade each other at all. Lastly, utility patterns require you to understand concepts such as ally and enemy util timings, combos, counters, and so on to help you decide how to maximize the value you get from your and your teammates' utility. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you get unexpectedly flashed, there's a very low chance that you're gonna win the fight. But if you can anticipate where and when the enemy likes to flash, you can come up with counterplays. As you continue to learn the basics of the game and you've gotten out of gold and managed to hit plat, it's a continuous process of refining the basic fundamentals in the game to hit diamond. However, I hit a wall when I reached diamond 1. And keep in mind, this was before Ascendant was a rank. I kept fluctuating between Plat 3 and Diamond 1, and that's when I started to think more critically about how I was playing the game. Around Plat and Diamond is when you start to see 3 different types of players. Players who are overly reliant on their aim and have practically zero game sense. Players who are overly reliant on their utility and agent mastery, aka lineup players who don't understand the principle behind what actually makes a good lineup. And lastly, players who are a weird mix of both that fall in the in-between where they're well-rounded but not really exceptional in anything either. I fell into the first category of players. I remember I was an all-aim, no-brain Reyna in Plat who ego-peeked every angle, but the moment I understood the reason why 1-for-1 trades favor the attackers, I stopped my old habits and started to play a lot more around my teammates' positioning and utility. Ask yourself all the time, is this a high-risk, high-reward fight that's worth it for me to take? Or is this a high-risk, low-reward play that's going to put my team in a difficult spot? If you fall into the second category of players, you have to break the habit of over-relying on utility to get kills. Sometimes thinking too much about your utility will put you in positions where you miss the timing on getting easy frags. You can't keep compensating your lack of confidence in your aim with your util. You also need to ask yourself whether your util is actually providing value to your team or not. If your crazy lineup lands even 3 seconds after your team started the execute, it's already late. If you fall into the last category of players where your skills are more well-rounded, but everything is a bit lackluster, focus on one skill at a time to improve, one at a time. Once you hit Ascendant, the game can start to feel pretty sweaty. Players between Ascendant 1 to Immortal 1 are comfortable with recognizing in-game patterns and for the most part can make correct decisions quickly. However, the reason why players get stuck in this rank is because the problems that they struggled with between Plat and Diamond are amplified even more. So in an attempt to fix their weakest skills, a lot of players between Ascendant and Immortal end up struggling with overthinking. Overthinking your problems is understandable because the higher up you climb in elo, the more you're going to be punished for your mistakes, so you become fixated on fixing those weaknesses as soon as possible. But this mindset can backfire in so many ways and keep you hard stuck. For example, an Ascendant 2 Sky player might now be pretty good at some components of the game such as mechanics and positioning, but they might have identified that their util usage is still subpar. In an attempt to work on their weakest skills, they focus too much on using their utility. What ends up happening then is during a fast site hit, they try to throw all their flashes and use their dog to get onto the site when they could have just played contact, pop one quick flash around the corner or out of the smoke to then have their gun out to trade their teammates out. This is an example of you don't know what.
All right, and welcome back from the break. Map 3 is going to be Haven, not map 2. I lied. We did see Beef Sticks take both maps, I think 13-7, both times actually. It was either 13-7 or 13-8 on Bind. I remember it was being, it was around there. But either way, Beef Sticks have a double-digit map differential. Like it's going crazy. So if they win this one, they advance to the grand finals. They advance to the grand finals. And Inferno are going to have to work their way back up with an additional game to make it up to the grand finals against Omnivoid. And I mean, whoever does lose this series, we will see play tomorrow. This is going to be another BO5, so I will be exhausted. I will be exhausted. I have homework to do and such. But this is going to be, thankfully for me, the last week of IRP League as my classes finally do start up. It started late as hell, man. Insta-locks over on Haven. The teams have swapped. Inferno is going to be on your left finally, and Beef is going to be on your right, starting on that attack. Double Duelist, KJ, Sova, Omen. Okay, yeah, so a very standard comp, like the Haven comp, and letting your other role be on that Phoenix. That's gonna be deadly too. Phoenix flashes are annoying. I hate Phoenix flashes so much. I get blinded by them every time, man. Like, and then I try to play for the anti-flash, and it just doesn't work for me. I ought to get better at reacting to it. Looks like it's gonna be more or less the same comp for Beef on the right side. instead of the Phoenix going for the ISO and instead of the KJ going for the Cypher. Evil Geniuses just knocked out Loud 2-0, so they will be going against Envy on February 6th. And the next game that is going to be happening is Crew versus Lev, again in the lower round 1 elimination brackets. And whoever wins that will be going on to play Sentinels on February 6th. And whoever loses is just going to be flat out eliminated. The next games after that is going to be NRG versus 100 Thieves at 2 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, followed by G2 versus Cloud9 around the same, or pretty much in 24 hours from now, at 5 p.m. PST tomorrow. I'm rooting for G2. Like obviously, right? Like obviously, I have to. Inferno going for a fast grass take. Noble Dev finds the first pick onto Chad over in that window area. This guy, Blind Thief, many picks going in favor of Beefstick so far as we open up this round. Awesome Guy takes deep CT control. That is disgusting. And as well as finding Noble Dev too. So it's Calzuck at a 3v1, opening the pistol round. So much just happened. So much map space was taken every which way. Sova Drone will spot him out. Won't tag him, however. As the blind comes through, Rin comes up with the peek. Awesome Guy with 3 on the round. Oh my goodness, just absolutely running it down. Taking all that space. Again. Beef opening up a pistol round. So now it's 4 pistol rounds to Inferno's 1 pistol round so far. You know, 2 per map. And then the one we just saw played out. So immediately coming in with a disadvantage, however. First round does not dictate how the last ones will go. Certainly helps with pacing. I mean, you have kill contract active in 2 alt orbs. That's the name of it, right? Yeah, I'm a genius. Drone will not spot out the Phoenix in that corner, but the Omen blind will. Awesome Guy finds one. And Rin closing in on Calzuck as well. It's just going to be a retake from Noble Dev all the way on the other side of the map. Oh, snap. Gonna attempt to do whatever damage he possibly can. That's not gonna be a whole lot. He sticks with the first 2 rounds. Has to be expected after you win pistol. We haven't seen it any other which way so far this series. They're all gonna go for light shields. You can surely afford some heavies at this point. What if you suspect? Oh my goodness, they're all gonna go for phantoms anyways. Light shield might not even come into factor here, or heavy shield might not even come into factor here. Wait, it's the other way around. No, never mind. Yeah, I'm a little dumb. It's if they're going vandals, then you don't have to buy you don't have to buy a light shield. Isolated fight, kill contract already online. Pop the shield. Mars with the classic very smartly, and does manage to take it as well. Playing bodyguard as Noble Dev over into shore, does manage to find 2. Chad Tungus not shy to take on fights himself. Now it is Swivel in a 1v3 situation. 1v2 if the... Oh my goodness. And that hot hands down over there into long to finish it off. Calzuck trades himself out. Beef did manage to kill 3 on their bonus round, which is a victory in itself, despite not being on the board. Relatively relatively even buys here. Two non like A tier rifles from Inferno. It should be fine. Jump spot from Calzuk. Turret not even facing them. Awesome guy just biting off more than he can chew. No teammates to trade him out. Z with a pop shot. They are taking garage space. Afghan manages to find Rin. Timing coming through. Very smart wrap back around from Chad. Very interesting. No team's really taking shots quite yet. Blind Thief does find the first. Chad Tuggis does find two himself. With a total of 3 on the round. And that re-wrap into garage space after his teammate went down is such a smart move. You would fully expect someone going through that smoke to kind of just go onto site and help his team retake, but I admire the play that was taken there. Nice little flick up from Mars. Finds the Vandal off of that as well. Full kit. But does swing into 2. I mean, swings into the Blind Thief, but Blind Thief still found it. 6 assists so far. That's a tongue twister. But wow, 4 rounds, 6 assists. No, that's an insane tongue twister. What is going on? 6 assists. Might be throwing in more syllables than that's needed there. Pistols for Inferno. They do have Hunter's Fury as well as whatever the Phoenix ult is called. Run it back. That's right. That's right. I was thinking not dead yet, but that's the Claw Vault. Calzuk evades that dart, but ultimately nobody was there with the follow-up, so he can't get anything off of it. Might end up finding someone into garage coming late, however. Well, as Afghan taking the space. No CT fights quite yet.
I know exactly.
Oh, Afghan could not follow that up. Nothing but a pistol in his hand. Headshots did not come through. So now they want to take the fight to Inferno. What? Swivel? Or Noble Dev? Going for the jump knife on the... Jump knife on the camera? I suppose. Quite intriguing. I mean, they are fighting an uphill battle here after all, and so far it is Beefsticks once again leading the charge, so... Wouldn't be shocked if the mental's kind of getting to them about now. And again, you just have to keep yourself steady. KJ Molly still remain alive. The take is going to be... Oh my goodness, Z, how are you alive? Scratch that. You're gone. The jet dash onto C site was all a fake. They're rotating to A. And Inferno should realize it about now, especially since they're not hearing anything over on the C site, that it's going to be an A hit. He's going to be completely uncontested here as well, as the walk-up is just free. Neither team really close to each other. The only relatively close position for these two teams is just going to be Blind Thief with the lurk-up. Might want to walk up, but no, it is going to be the Omen diff. Afghan manages to find the lurker. So now Plant will go down delayed. Having space being taken. We do have run it back for the retake. And that is exactly what is going to happen. Is met with a Cypher Trip, however. Finally broken up. Perfect shots onto Rin, but unfortunately is going to be through the wall. Awesome Guy finds 2, as well as the Phoenix ult. And now the retake is gone. Oh my goodness. So Awesome Guy is shooting 3 bodies. And Swivel to finish it off. And 4, dude. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what Beefsticks had for breakfast. I saw that they have been in VC for over 4.5 hours at this point, too. Which is just insane work, honestly. I'm gonna be so serious. When I hopped on the PC to stream this game, I thought I was late because I saw they were in VC for over 2.5 hours. Awesome guy redeems himself with a not dead yet contract, or not the kill contract. Mars finds one with Bladestorm. He's gonna have to find more though to get his team another round. Does know there is one short. As the smoke finally fades, all the kills are coming through in favor of Beef. It's now Kalzuk stuck in a 1v4 with nothing but the Urra Sheriff in hand. An awesome guy again with 3. Double-digit kills by round 7 is crazy work. Seeing hints of Pearl in here. Pearl and Bind. Where Beef are just taking the first half and Inferno finding whatever scraps they can. Not gonna Phoenix Flash into Garage this time. Exec taken onto the C site. The rotate is here. Blind Thief knifes Z out of all the chaos. That's what a disgusting act by Randy Moss. If anybody picked up on that reference, I love you. Just straight out. Silver Drone will scan Afghan. Chad Tungus with the follow-up too. And Rin just sneaking. Oh my goodness. I can't even spectate the right people before stuff is happening. It's just over. It's just Jover. Two hero rifles coming into this round. And Inferno are gonna hope get enough value to get themselves another round. I mean, hopefully they can get themselves some kills too. Ooh, Mars might have a wonderful timing here. This window player doesn't come up, and he will. Rin taken out, as well as Kalzuk finding 2 of the entry players. Chad Tungus found a knife with the Phoenix ult, I believe. No, he didn't even ult. How did he find a knife? That's 2 knife kills in a row. Swivel needs to cross this barrier to get the... Oh my goodness, Mars there with the perfect angle. Just barely watching the spike. I completely missed it. Kalzuk found 2. Mars knifed someone? If I had a nickel for every single time I've seen a knife kill in a game, I would have 2 nickels. Which is weird that it happened twice. And it's weird that they happened twice in a row. More than anything. Now that's crazy. Now that is crazy. Silverdart will not come back site like he is suspecting. The ISO will be.
It's you and me.
They did it up on the spot, so now Afghan is inside of the kill contract. We're gonna go ahead and see. Awesome guy can connect it. So he's 2-1 inside of his ultimates. Within the span of 10 rounds, too. That's a lot of ults and a lot of wonderful value. Rin finding his opposing sentinel over on the B site, so now no more passive map space and no more mollies to stall plant. They're all just gonna shift over to the A site. Not even gonna be met with anybody quite yet. It's gonna be a full retake. Inferno do have run it down, however. As well as a silver recon at the ready. That's exactly what they're gonna go for. Paranoia to stall it. Wonderful, wonderful. Look at the trigger discipline by Awesome Guy! And he's gonna find the Phoenix. Scratch that. I jinxed him. But regardless, they just didn't even bother to clear the corner. I mean, granted, Blind Thief was there with the Paranoia, but at the exact same time, you gotta clear those corners. 15 and 7. He already has kill contract almost online again. He's 3 away. And low key with how much value he's getting out of these rounds, he might even just end up getting it. Like straight up. It might just happen. Noble Dev there with the Marshall, I believe that is. Yes, it is. Won't find any value because of that ISO shield, but Afghan remaining in the same positioning, not shy about it whatsoever. Knows that his teammate has him over in garage, finds a spam onto the opposing helmet as well as Awesome Guy. And now Swivel stuck in the corner. They have an idea of where he is. I'm not sure if they confirm it. Yes, they have now. Swivel's only saving grace is going to be Rin on the lurk up, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, the full flash, however. So Kalzuk manages to get that lurking player. Z? Oh my goodness. They gave it to him. They gave it to Swivel. I mean, the first kill onto the Phoenix was just good plays, but the jumping, oh no. That's just unfortunate. That's mightily unfortunate. So now again, 9-2 coming into a half. Oh my goodness. It's just a massacre. Noble Dev hoping to get some value. He will get a lot of chip damage. 3 other players on beef now on 80 HP. Dark comes out to hopefully get a couple spams here. Will find the jet. And not exactly putting themselves in a good position for this Sova. It's looking like a 9-3 at this point. Paranoia will find one. So he wants to find Awesome Guy, and he will because of how low he is. Now it's Swivel. And 1v2 on 40 HP. Double shot to the body. May end up finding Z. He is on 26. If the Phoenix Molly would have gotten a little bit deeper and slightly more shallower, might have been a good situation. Oh, caught with the util out. Oh no. That's just unfortunate, man. It is going to be a 9-3. Oh my goodness. So, not the best half that we've seen out of Inferno. They came into the second half of Bind on an 8-4. But definitely better than Pearl, that 11-3. And facing series point, too. So, I mean, even if they win this, they have absolutely zero breathing room for another 2 maps. We saw their ability to come back on Pearl. They did it strongly. We can only hope that they're able to do it on this round. Hey, I know this lineup. Oh, it is going to take a little chip damage onto Rin there as well. So now on a lot of low HP, Mars is going to find the cheeky little dash up entry and maybe catch one off guard if his crosshair was in the correct spot, but Blind Thief was able to close that out. Z on the flank kills someone in his own spawn. Now as the alarm bot comes through, he's going to reinforce his team onto the site. Paranoia to catch out 2 of the Logs players. Chat Tongue is strutting his stuff. Manages to find 2. Knows the position of a 3rd. With the dash. Has to connect one of these bullets. He's so low. Oh, no. The retake isn't there. Kalzuk manages to stay alive on 9 HP. Movement diff. So now Inferno taking a pistol round. And they are also due to win this next one here. But things can happen. Things can absolutely happen. Beefsticks are amazing at defending. We have seen them absolutely dominate their first defensive rounds as they have opened up previous 2 maps on defense. Mars' position is known. Z finds Awesome Guy. as a lurk kill, but Blind Thief also finds Mars. Now with the rifle, that's the spike in their own spawn. In the position of Z is known. 2 bullets remaining. Cadtungus can manage to get himself out of this situation. No, he's going full force in. A 2v2 now. Z down to little HP. Noble finally does have the spike. And the scan of one and the position of the other also relatively known. He's going to get the spike down here. How low Rin is. So Rin's going to be the one to take first contact here. There's a Spectre, so Rin's going to go down relatively easily. And Swivel had good discipline in not walking up, but at the exact same time his position is known. The swing from Noble Dev. Very heads up play. So aware of the timing. Smartly goes up forward to try and get himself a kill. Does manage to do so, as well as finding the last player. And then very smartly inching his way back up with the weapons disadvantage he was on, taking the fight as close range as possible to get themselves another round. But at the exact same time, their bonus round here is going to be incredibly shaky because 4 of them did die. So Beefsticks did a wonderful job in damage control. Quick C hit over here. Rin's going to be taking the brunt of this entire force. Already taking bullets to the face. Cadtungus trying to intercept it, and he will. The first pick goes on to Noble Dev, but Mars with a Bucky and Awesome Guy in Garage. Wonderful repositioning from Chad. Manages to find 3 on the round, but it is just going to be... Oh my gosh. I said it's just going to be him in a 1v3, but it was actually Mars in the 1v3. Just because he was doing such a wonderful job. So now Beef won the Inferno bonus round. Now with the better weaponry. As to be expected. But I'll be darned if it wasn't somewhat okay. They managed to get 2. 3 is the magic number for those types of rounds, but it is what it is. Off angle here. Let's go ahead and see if Afghan wants to take it. They're going to be throwing that lurk smoke over there onto C. Awesome Guy trying to intercept whatever space is being taken over here into grass. Z has been the one to do it for the most part. Off angle not being taken quite yet. Afghan still just kind of poking and prodding. So this spot is going to be abandoned now. Swivel has to maintain 2 lanes here. Might have just heard a noise cue, and they did. No scan will come through, however. And even though they sent 5, they're going to abandon it anyway and go back C? The drone here to try and sell it. Doesn't even spot Swivel. And I don't even know if it spotted Chad either. Cyphercam also does not spot anybody out C quite yet. Oh, because the cam doesn't even see inside? The cam doesn't even see inside of the site, or inside of long. It's majorly unfortunate. Awesome Guy does find Noble Dev, the late lurker, off of the info of his teammate. As well as Z over in that garage area. And now alert coming through. Calzuck is going to find the lurker. But still with numbers heavily in favor of Beefsticks. Spam coming through every which way. Rin finds Afghan. Mars finds Rin. Swivel finds Mars. It's just Trade City. And now the person who opened up the site is going to have to be the one to solely defend it. Manages to find Swivel. But with positions revealed. Just well positioning from Beefsticks every which way. Awesome Guy with 3, dude. And now kill contract online yet again. Had a wonderful record inside of these ults. We'll go ahead and see if he can manage to close out another one. And look at their weapon econ too. So this might end up being a freebie if he decides to go for it. Not to mention the 3 total alts for Beefsticks. As well as From the Shadows. Just 1 away. We do have Blade Storm here, so they're gonna want to put that in now. Hopefully save on some weapon econ. Double dev as well. 1 away from Hunter's Fury. And both Omens on 6 out of 7. Very disciplined here. Awesome guy recognizes the weapons disadvantage that they are on. However, ooh, very carefully decides to pick his battles. And now he is getting rushed up upon. Oh my goodness! Uses the ISO detain, whatever you call it, to stop the Blade Storm from coming in. Surely unintentional, but it worked out in his favor regardless. And finds Afghan, the 4th. And now that's match and series point for Beef Sticks. Just like that. 22 and 12, man. So they had the correct play rushing up into that garage, but unfortunately Inferno were met. That's what it's called, undercut. They were met with the undercut. So not only were they decayed just a little bit, they had absolutely zero util to play off of. And that Blade Storm that was supposed to alleviate the economy and get a strong weapon and was just absolutely gone. And Z is just take it out immediately. Awesome guy is just doing all the work right now. This is disgusting. Hunter's Fury to hopefully find some value. Rin almost walks into it, and he does. That's also going to find a lot of chip damage for Mars to hopefully wreak some havoc, but no, it's Awesome Guy yet again. And now the position of everybody revealed. Calzo going to be running into 2 players, but he has to gamble at this point. He has no choice. Chad Tungus over there in heaven. Afghan does not stick from the shadows. Now Chad Tungus and Swivel finding it again. It's the series all up to Afghan. The ace to hopefully keep them alive. It's not going to be enough. Beef Sticks 3-0. Awesome Guy to close it out. Oh my gosh. That is insane work, man. Look at Beef Sticks, dude. 403 ACS in a league game. 6 first bloods. Oh my gosh. This has been absolutely disgusting, man. This is disgusting. And so now it's just going to be up to Inferno to go against Omnivoid tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern to make it to the grand finals. Beef Sticks starting off the regular season 0-3 have led a completely undefeated run to the championship, to the grand finals. If that isn't the most like miracle run comeback NRG story I've ever seen, then I don't know what is. That is insane work. That is insane work. My goodness. Well, Inferno still have a shot at defeating Omnivoid and making it to these grand finals to hopefully come back with a comeback. But oh my goodness. Beef Sticks showing off why they've gone undefeated. And doing it strongly. Well, I'm honestly at a loss. I will see you guys tomorrow. This is insane. They just won 3 maps in just over 2 hours, dude. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I've been Dougson. Wonderful admin to my left, Evad. Adminning the games. Yeah. My goodness. I'll see you tomorrow. Omnivoid versus Inferno. Look forward to it.